You're listening to the Zine Collector Podcast, Episode 17, Selling Zines Online, Part 6, GumRoad. Hello and happy Friday, Zine friends! Welcome back to the Zine Collector, or if you're new here, welcome. I am your host, Jaime Nyx, and the Zine Collector podcast is basically where I talk about zines, more zines, and zine-related things. We are at the tail end of the week-long podcast run, exploring the different marketplace options for selling your zines online. And yeah, that's basically it, because it's been a week-long podcast run. I am skipping over the zine events, the sharing is caring, and the Q&A segments, but they will be back. Trust me. They will be back, I promise. But alas, I don't actually have any announcements as such, so let's get right into it, shall we? So in the last episode, I talked about Ticktail, a marketplace I wish would team up with Store Envy, because I feel like if they took the best bits of each of them, then they could be a very big, real, good contender for Etsy. In this episode, I'm going to take a look at GumRoad, a bit of a strange marketplace, but one that I find very interesting and one that I think has a lot of potential, a lot of interesting options compared to the other options. It doesn't feature on the main page, but GumRoad does have a marketplace feature. Searching the word zine in the marketplace brings up 865 listings. But search for zines and you see a dramatic drop, like with Ticktail, with 865 listings dropping to 106 listings. I still find that such a strange thing, but I guess it's something to be aware of now in your various internet wanderings. Like other options we've looked at, GumRoad has fee structures depending on whether you sell through the marketplace or directly through your shop. For example, on the marketplace or through gumroad.com/yourzineshop. This becomes a little bit more complicated because they also have a free option, something I only discovered in the help section after signing up. So while they do advertise the main $10 a month thing, you can sign up and explore things without having to pay anything. So far in this series, I've put things into Australian dollars when I can, using USD when needed or when it's simply easier to do so. However, with everything, including the fees, being in USD, it's easier to work with USD, US dollars, rather than converting every single element. You can set your currency to your home currency when using GumRoad, but all charges are finalized and processed in US dollars. If I sold on GumRoad, I'd strongly consider selling in USD. But if you are interested in a PDF with all of the information I've shared this week and will share in the rest of the series, I can do all the currency conversions into Australian dollars to make it easier to compare, take home, etc., with other shops. So on to the fees. We start off with no listing fees no matter how many products you list, so that is an excellent way to start. But the fee structures are a little bit odd, but we'll get there. As I mentioned, there are different fee structures depending on where the sales come from, much like other marketplaces. When you use their free option, as in you're not paying the monthly fee to have your shop, a sale direct through your shop comes with an 8.5% plus 30 cents on top of that transaction fee. A sale through their marketplace comes with an 18.5% transaction fee, with the 30 cents on top of that. Ouch. With their standard account, which they advertise on their main page, you have a $10 USD per month subscription fee. Your transaction fees for sales that come through your shop are at 3.5% plus 30 cents. If a sale comes through their marketplace rather than directly through your shop, an additional 10% is added on top of that. So 13.5% rather than 3.5. So how does that translate into actual sales? Here are the 4 different breakdowns. With a $7 USD zine that costs $3 USD to send, coming to a total of $10. When you're using the free option, a sale that comes through the marketplace, you would subtract $3 for the shipping and $2.15 for the transaction fee. That leaves you with $4.85. If you're using the free option and a sale comes through on your shop, you subtract $3 for the shipping and $1.15 for the transaction fee. That leaves you with $5.85. With their standard option, a sale that comes through the marketplace, you would subtract $3 for the shipping, 65 cents for the transaction fee, and $1 additional fee that comes with sales that come through the marketplace. That leaves you with $5.35. If the sale comes directly through your shop, you subtract $3 for the shipping and 65 cents for the transaction fee. That leaves you with $6.35. Remember that with the standard shop options, they do not include the $10 per month subscription fee. But with either way, wherever the sales are coming from, you only need to sell 2 zines per month to cover that subscription. And keep in mind that none of these amounts include the actual materials, etc. cost of making the zine. It does come across as a lot of options and a lot of fees, but when you actually lay them all out and compare, it's not too bad. When you just need to look at it on paper. The marketplace element, though, is the one thing that's really confusing to me, but I don't want to get ahead of myself just yet, so I'll stop that thought there. Starting a shop with GumRoad, like all the other marketplaces, is very easy. There's a little blue Start Selling button on the top right of the main page. You sign up with an email address, you click products at the top of the page once you're logged in, and away you go. It's all laid out, easy to understand, easy to get started, basically. So what do I actually think about GumRoad on the whole, as a place to sell zines? For me, GumRoad is a really strange place, but it's one that has a lot going for it. I know I said that about Store Envy, and that's still true, but GumRoad has a lot of interesting features that no other marketplaces are offering. And it makes it stand out as something different, something a little bit more versatile in different ways. But first, I did want to mention what I don't understand when it comes to GumRoad is that they seem to not only discourage people from using the marketplace, but actively discourage people from using the marketplace. It's not on the main page, and you wouldn't know that they even had a marketplace just by looking. Like, I found out by accident. I clicked on the features tab on the main page and it came up with a search bar, and I thought, well, what's that search bar? And then I typed in Zine and found, oh wait, yes, they do have a marketplace. So combining that you almost have to accidentally discover the fact that they have a marketplace and tacking on a 10% additional fee means that not only are you keeping people from finding your marketplace, you're discouraging in a way your sellers from even discussing the fact that there is a marketplace. Now, I imagine there's a business reason for that they would rather have people buying through the shops, but I really feel that discouraging people from the marketplace and discouraging sellers from letting people know there is a marketplace, that takes away the organic sale element, the random discover element. As a buyer, I actually was looking through Zines and I found it very annoying that yeah, I found a bunch of listings and I could see and buy an individual zine. But if I saw a zine that I wanted and I wanted to see what else that shop made, what else that person made, I couldn't easily get to the shop. It's not like other marketplaces where you click on the listing and you have all the information and then you can click on the store name. I clicked on the listing and I could buy it right then and there, but I couldn't click on the store name. It ended up that I took the store name and I Googled it to find the actual GumRoad shop. Now again, this is part of the discouragement, I think, of the marketplace, but at the same time, I think GumRoad's almost shooting themselves in the foot in that way, because they could get more on fees, etc., if I was able to buy more, if it was easy to buy multiple products from one shop at one time. Like, I wish I could talk to somebody at GumRoad, because I just don't understand what they're doing with this and why they're doing it. And yeah, I mean, it's a strange thing to me. Like, I don't want to, it's not a make or break thing for me, but at the same time, it's just so strange that it keeps playing on my mind. But as far as bugbears go, I do have one other thing I was disappointed with, and that is the shipping calculator style. As far as I could find, it was all more Etsy style with a base price plus X amount per item, and no weight-based option that I could see, which is really unfortunate because I'm really liking GumRoad otherwise so far. So yes, with the marketplace strangeness and the shipping calculator, all of that being said, I think GumRoad is pretty cool. They offer so many different things. Like, you can set up your own affiliate program. How cool is that? I think that is fantastic. Everything automates. You set up your affiliate program, you say, X amount of sales go to this person, and they get paid automatically. You don't have to worry about parceling out all the money and things. It's all automated. And along with affiliate programs, they also have pre-orders, they also have subscriptions. You can add a digital file to a physical product. So say someone buys your zine, they can check out the digital version while they're waiting for the physical version to come in the mail. Now, while that may not be all that appealing to you as far as zines go, this can also be valuable for ebooks. And it's, I think, something that Amazon has started to integrate a little bit into what they do. So take that as you will, depending on how you feel about Amazon. But I think it is a really cool feature. And you can even, because of those setups and things like that, you can even offer actual courses. Like if you wanted to, well, obviously, if you wanted to teach a course on something, you can offer classes, and then you can offer different buying options that offer discounts for 10% off if you sign up for 6 months or more, and 20% off if you sign up for a year or more. It makes it really versatile in that, and it lets you cater to your customers in the way that you want to. That makes it easier for both you and them. Add in the good set of analytics with various sales breakdowns and the fact that you can integrate Google Analytics into your analytics, and you really have an effective behind-the-scenes management system as well. All said and done, GumRoad is really a place I can see myself actually selling. Despite my annoyances, there are so many options and so many possibilities that, like I said, let you cater to your customers in the way that you want to. I love that you can sell courses. I love that you can sell subscriptions as well. It's hard to look past my annoyances, but at the same time, there's just, like I said, I'm repeating myself now, but there's so much going on. Yeah, the monthly subscription fee isn't great, but if you have a bit of a following and can focus people to get traffic to your shop, then you can bypass the additional 10% fee on top of marketplace sales, and you can really build something great. At selling 2 zines per month to cover your subscription fee, that's not too intimidating, not too bad. Now we come to the part where I ask, do you sell on GumRoad? Because I want to hear from you. Do you offer zines, things other than zines? I want to know about your experience, because if I haven't given this impression already, GumRoad is a strong possibility for an alternative shop for me. So I would love to know a lot more about it. I would love to know your experiences from selling to payments to everything in between. So be sure to leave your comments in the description. And even if you're not signed up for GumRoad, I would still love to know what you think about this option. Is it intriguing? Do you think you might switch over to GumRoad? Let me know in all the various comments sections. The rain is really gearing up out there. Goodness. I hope the mic isn't picking up too badly. Alas, we come to the end of this week of podcasts, checking out various marketplace options for selling your zines online. It has certainly, researching these various spaces has certainly brought its share of frustrations and annoyances, but at the same time, it's come with its own pleasant surprises as well. For instance, I did not realize that in all of the options I've explored this week, you can sell digital products. I know there are a good number of people out there who don't like e-zines, but for me in particular, being able to sell digital versions of my zines are very important because shipping stinks. Shipping costs stink. If you're wondering where Bandcamp is on this list, I decided not to include it. Not because it wouldn't qualify or wouldn't work for selling zines, but I mean, it is an interesting place, but at the same time, it's very set up for and focused on music, with zines being part of the merch side of things. Whereas I wanted to focus more on places where zines would be the main attraction. And I'm not saying that's not possible on Bandcamp, but again, from my limited view of it, it's been focused on audio, music, etc. So I decided to pass it over. Along those same lines, if you're wondering where Big Cartel is, it actually falls into the semi-self-hosted list because there isn't a main marketplace side to things. So that's why I didn't explore it in there. And while looking over my notes, a wanderer asked about Shopify and something I mentioned in an earlier episode of this series, and that is on the topic list to talk about in the future. I believe Shopify is a plugin, so I think it'll fall under the fully self-hosted, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. It might fall under semi-self-hosted. But that is for future episodes. And speaking of future episodes, what do you think of the series so far? Would you like me to continue? Would you like me to look at more options? Again, along the lines of semi-self-hosted and fully self-hosted? Are you a bit sick of all the facts and figures and numbers? Do you want me to continue with this series, but maybe have a break before the next set? Do you like this setup? When it comes to this series, would you like me to do groups of 5 or 3? Or I'm not sure I can commit to 5 for each one, but yeah, just let me know. I do read the comments and they do inform what I do on this podcast very much. So yes, any feedback you have, just please be nice. I know I've come a long way. I know I've been doing this for a little while now, a good while, and I'm a bit more confident in everything, but I'm still fluffy and very fragile. So constructive criticism, if there is any. So Thank you. But one thing I would like to say before I sign off on this endeavor, well, at least for the moment anyway, is don't put all of your eggs in one basket. If the Etsy fee thing last month taught us anything, it's that businesses will do what they want when they want. The outcry from various people didn't really change anything, didn't change Etsy's plans. They're still going ahead. They still have done what they said they were going to do and will do the other things they said that they are going to do in the future. So if you are fully invested, if you have all of your eggs or all of your teddy bears in one basket, then you are subject to the whims and wishes of that one platform. If you spread out a bit, then you can save yourself some stress and maybe even some money as well by diversifying. And I'm sure there are people who will hear the word diversify and cringe a bit, but that is the word for it because it's safety by not investing everything in one thing. It's if something crashes, then you have it backed up on your hard drive. If Etsy becomes too much, then you still have your store, which you have been building traffic for elsewhere. That sort of thing. And that's the end of my tangent on that. And that's it for me for now, Zine friends. And that's it for the week. It is Friday. It is birthday time. Oh goodness, this week has been filled with a lot of information and I greatly appreciate you listening and or watching. I will be back sooner rather than later with more episodes of the Zine Collector. I'm not going to commit to a specific date just yet, but I am going to wrap this up sooner rather than later because if you hadn't noticed, my voice is starting to go. Remember, dear Zine friends, that everything I say is just my opinion. There are no gatekeepers in the Zineverse, nor should there ever be. Links to everything I've talked about are in the descriptions. The descriptions for all the videos this week should be a bit chock full of all kinds of information you may find useful on your journey to deciding which shopfront is right for you. But just keep in mind that there are future episodes in the possible making with options that aren't marketplaces or have marketplace but a little bit different to Etsy, eBay, Ticktail, Store Envy, and GumRoad. So yes, be sure to check all the links in the description and also be sure to stop by seagreenzines.com where I review zines every Thursday and Friday. And also put up calls for submissions on the weekend should you so desire to get involved in zines and various projects that are happening in the zine world right now. The music for this podcast, Spanish Summer by Audionautics, is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution license. And that is it for me today, Zine friends. A very, very happy Friday for you, to you. Bit brain fried, end of the week, that sort of thing. I wish you all of the best for the day to come, the weekend to come, the week to come, all that. Wonderful things to you coming your way. Until next time, go make some zines, have some fun, and spread some sunshine. Mwah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's Friday. And it's my birthday, so.